Hey, this is Demi Lovato. Amazing.
You're listening to Authenticity Radio.
Authenticity Radio with Slade Suter.
Baby, I'm not like the rest. Don't wanna break your heart. Wanna give your heart a break. I know you're scared it's wrong. Like you might make a mistake. There's just one life to live, and there's no time to waste. So let me give your heart a break. Give your heart a break. Let me give your heart a break. Your heart a break. Oh yeah.
And now, your host, who has the hospitality of a fat and jolly innkeeper, Slade Suter.
Welcome to today's program. This is Slade Suter. Broadcasting from the Authenticity Radio studios. Today, I have a showcase for you. What is it that I'm showcasing? A person. If you look around our troubled globe today, you'll see that there's many conflicts, and that there's many players involved with the conflicts. And then what you don't usually see are the amount of people behind the scenes trying to do something about the conflict, without notoriety, without fanfare. And so that's what I want to do. I want to bring somebody from the background to the foreground. And today's showcase person is Liis Tipp from Estonia. Liis, welcome to Authenticity Radio.
Hi, Slade.
Thank you so much for stepping up today, Liis, and sharing yourself with our listeners, and also for taking time out of your very busy schedule.
Well, thank you for inviting me. It's great to be here.
So, Liis, can you start by sharing with our listeners where you are from and where you're living now?
I'm originally from Estonia. Currently, I'm living in the Republic of Georgia in the South Caucasus. And I've been here probably about 3.5 years already.
3.5 years. So Georgia has had its share of conflicts.
Yes. Well, the recent one was 2008 war. But for now, they have kind of two frozen conflicts with Abkhazia and South Ossetia.
Okay, and is that the reason why you are there right now in Georgia?
Well, it's, I guess, a bit of this and that. Originally, I came right after 2008 war, about months later, and I was in a kind of way fascinated or more shocked about the situation, and I decided to come here and volunteer for some time. So I was working with IDP youngsters from Abkhazia and IDP and South Ossetia, and I was also
what is that? What is IDP?
The internally displaced person. So
okay, internally displaced person.
Yeah, which in Georgia the number is, I believe right now, close to 400,000 people.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Majority of them actually since 92, 93. And their living conditions, they're still, quite left behind, and they're quite disadvantaged. So I was working with a local organization, local NGO, who's been working in this field for over 10 years already.
So why are you doing this type of work in the first place?
I guess it's just something that I felt that needs to be done, and I was hoping that I can somehow contribute to it. Because, I mean, of course, coming from Estonia, it's an ex-Soviet country, but I guess coming from EU and seeing the conditions that are in a country like this, which is a beautiful country, but how people live, it really made me feel like that I would like to contribute of giving something back to this society.
Okay, so can you tell me your idea of peace and peace building? Because and is there a difference for you in between the terminology of peace building and peacekeeping?
Definitely. For me personally, I feel that peace building is more rather that it's done something the time or right after the conflict, which is trying to create again a society which would be stable, developing, providing all the basic necessities to their people. But peacekeeping, I feel, is rather where there is or was a conflict, but it hasn't really found a solution, and the society is still suffering, and they cannot move on before it finds some kind of solution. So it's trying to keep the society in a way that it would not step back to the violence, to the conflict.
So it's kind of providing a truce situation.
Yeah, rather that, yeah.
Okay, or it's kind of stabilizing the situation so something else can start to happen.
Exactly.
And peace building is actually making what needs to happen.
Yes. And it can be both doing it during the truce time or doing it even later when the country is even coming out of it already. But I feel that a lot of these countries that have had armed conflicts, civil wars, the work has to be done for many, many years. It's not only that when there's no more killing or shooting that's it and done and let's leave and they'll figure it out on their own.
Can you share with our listeners something that you've learned about Georgia since you've been there?
Oh.
That maybe our listeners are not aware of?
Well, I think it's quite many things. I've learned or realized how Georgians themselves are. Firstly, it's a great country with a lot of hospitality and they will feed you and help you and so on. But I also realized that they are very much living at the present because their past has been quite rough, quite many issues, conflicts, and even though when they try to build up something, a lot of it is taken away or destroyed. So they try to live in present, and I feel also that it's kind of making the country suffer through that because they can't look in the further future in a way. That's what I feel that I've learned really living here in a longer time.
So this is a place where are you going to continue to focus on this area after you finish your studies? Or?
I would like to because I guess it's also the area what I at this point know the best. There's also the Armenia-Azerbaijani conflict in Nagorno-Karabakh, so the whole region has a lot of issues, or even just around across the border, the North Caucasus, there's Chechnya, Dagestan. So I feel that region has a lot of issues itself, and living here, it's made me more, I guess, aware of it, and then I have more knowledge about the region, and I love the region, so that would be actually a great area to work in.
Wow, Liis. Is there anything else you would like to share with our listeners about the type of work that you've decided to do?
Well, I just wish that there would be more people who would want to do it. And, just to think about and consider other people more, I guess.
Okay, Liis, do you have a message that you would like to deliver to humanity?
Well, in general, just be nicer to each other and stop fighting.
Stop fighting and start being nicer to each other.
Yeah.
That's straight to the point.
I think that's what I would actually say.
Liis Tipp, thank you so much for joining us today on Authenticity Radio.
Thank you so much for having me.
And so you've heard it. Liis Tipp is just one of hundreds of thousands of millions of people who are actually out there trying to make a difference. And this is Slade Suter. Until next time, be authentic, be true, and be free.
That has been Slade Suter Live on Authenticity Radio.
Slade Suter, live on Authenticity Radio.
If you would like a workshop or seminar from Slade, go to www.authenticityradio.com. Until next time, be yourself.
Program
terminated.